Welcome to the Croon and Oak Let's Go Chibi workshop from Cork City Libraries. In this workshop we're going to learn how to draw characters in a chibi style. So grab your materials, make yourself comfortable, and let's get started. So to begin with, we're going to use a template which you can download from the Cork City Libraries website. It will help you to get the proportions right for your chibi. So what's different about chibi compared to normal figure drawing? Well, the head is the same size as the rest of the body. That's why we've got the two circles, one for the head, one for the body. So think about your favourite character, and then once you've had a few goes on the template, you're going to grab some materials, grab a clean sheet of paper. We're going to draw our own. Alright, so we'll need a pencil, a ruler, possibly a compass. If you don't have a compass or you're not used to using them, you might want to use a plate or a cup or a small bowl. I used a compass because I could measure it against the template and make sure my own drawing was the same size, so that just made it easier for me to get all those proportions right. Proportions mean the sizes of things. So I want the size of the head to be the same as it was in my practice. I want the size of the body to be the same as it was in my practice. So I'm using a ruler or a set square to draw some guides for the features and for the staff. So that's facial features and things like accessories, like here, his headband. The staff means his weapon. Now take your time. Don't press hard with your pencil. You want to be able to rub out those marks. And use the guides to help you start drawing your chibi character. Okay, we don't want to see those guides in the end. They're just there to help us. So I drew some lines across the centre of the face from one side to the other, left to right. That was to help me place his eyes. I want all the features to be in the bottom half of that. And then I drew a line for the halfway mark for his body to legs. Now Monkey always wears a gold coloured headband and a red jacket, and he always carries his weapon, a very special staff, because it can shrink and it can grow depending on what he needs to do with it. He also flies around on a pink cloud, so I wanted to make sure to include that. So when you're drawing your characters, maybe think about the things that we associate with them. When you read the book, if they describe what clothes they wear, what their hair's like, what things they like. So Monkey, as well as having those clothes to think about and his accessories, he acts a certain way. He tends to act very naughty, but he has a heart of gold. So I wanted to show that cheekiness, and that's why I changed the expression. So pencil's done, it's time to move on to markers. I want to use those for my outlines. Now I use fine liners, that's what I like to use. You, on the other hand, you might not have those. So if you have felt tips, that's great. Sharpies are okay, they do tend to go through the paper though. But felt tip works just as well as a fine liner for beginning. You might choose to leave it in pencil, that's fine too. Use whatever you like to use for your drawing. And remember to take your time. We don't want to rush this because we might make a mistake. We might accidentally draw over some of those guidelines. We might do raggedy lines. We want our lines to be nice and smooth. We might wobble. We might make a mistake. So that's why we want to take our time, really concentrate. Now something I didn't do in this drawing but you might like to do is to vary the line width. So if you can draw your lines at different thicknesses in different places, that can be a really good thing to do. So when your ink's dry, whatever you've used, give it a little bit of time, then grab a rubber to rub it out. I used a putty rubber to rub away any pencil marks, any visible pencil marks, but you can use whatever rubber you like. I just like putty rubbers or kneadable rubbers because they're quite delicate. Now I noticed I missed a bit there with my pen once I'd rubbed out the pencil line, so I had to go back over that, and I decided to add a background. You can do that too if you want to. You could just draw a character as well though, that's fine. So now it's time to colour it in. For my colouring, I use these markers that have a brush tip and a fine tip. These are actually watercolour markers, so you can use them like watercolours as well, dip them in water. I just use them like regular felt tips for this though. And one of the things you'll notice is that you can see a little bit of streak. If you have alcohol-based markers, you get much flatter colour. But the downside of those is they really smell. So if you're using those, don't be too close to the paper and make sure you've got a window open. Now, one thing I recommend is, as you've probably seen in the captions there, try to do one colour at a time rather than doing the head and then the body and then the background and keep switching colours. It's more efficient, it's quicker, and I think you're less likely to make mistakes. Okay, so yeah, I started with all the yellows, and then I did all the reds, then I did all the browns, and so on and so on and so on. One thing I find quite handy is if you make your colouring go in the direction of whatever it's describing, that can be really cool. So Chibi style is super bright and vibrant, it's really lively, everything's got a pop for Chibi. So with that in mind, try and choose as many different colours as you can. So what does Chibi mean? Well, Chibi means short, and it's also come to mean cute. Mainly because lots of the drawings that are created using the Chibi style are very cute. So, you know, that's something to think about when you're doing your drawings. You want to make something that's cute, that's playful, vibrant, and as we said, it's really got a pop. That's another reason that I included the pink cloud, and I also added some cherry blossom into my background. I wanted to give it more of a Chinese flavour. So cherry blossom, kind of synonymous with Asian artwork. I put him high above mountains that I've seen, you know, in the shape that I've seen from Chinese artworks. Obviously in a cartoon, very simplified style. We're nearly finished now, finishing touches. Now it's your turn, so go and draw your own Chibi and have fun.